Hello and welcome back. At the end of the last episode you saw me unlock the Object 260. It's taken me 2 years of playing. Oh, but wait, Panthergraph, you've been playing since beta, that's 11 years. Well, I stopped playing for a long while just as World of Warships and some other games came out, and that was just around the time when they introduced the personal mission campaigns. So when I came back to World of Tanks 2 years ago, I had a lot of catching up to do the missions. And, well, I've done the 260 campaign at least, now it's just on to the 279E campaign. So how is the 260? I've played 10 games in it so far, at a whopping 30% win rate. But that's down to a low sample size though. It's actually a pretty decent tank. It's not like 279E or Chieftain OP. It's kind of like an IS-7 or an Object 277. It's kind of similar, something in between. And well, it's fast, like the IS-7, but with better ground resistance. It doesn't quite have the same armor as the IS-7. Gun doesn't hit as hard, but it's got better pen and much better gun handling, so it's overall more reliable, kind of. Anyway, let's just talk about this game. This was my 4th game and my first win in the 260. No field mods yet. I think I unlocked the first one after this match. But that's something I'm still working on. So I go up here and I'm greeted with a charioteer. Weird how you get like the best matchmaking just as you're playing a new tank. And yeah, the charioteer can't really do much, so he's taken out at no cost to myself. And then I kind of want that position that the Force is in. He's using it now, so I'm gonna try and get some shots, like flanking shots, into the enemies in the opposing courtyard. And they're not... Okay, Force is taken out, so I can take this position now. That's better. Now I've got targets. Does 440 on average, this gun. So that was a bit of a low roll. And with this setup I'm using like the standard vert stabs and rammer and hardening, because this thing actually has like very low amount of hit points. Standard, it's like 2100, which is not much. With the hardening it's 2300. But the armor is decent enough to make those hit points go a long way. So now we are in the World of Tanks 2021, actually 2022 technically, meta of sitting behind a hull down, like this pile of concrete slabs, and sniping at weak points. Luckily, this tank has smaller and fewer weak points than my enemies. And I'm almost out of APCR, my standard ammo. 260 pen, that's quite decent. And what this tank has that the IS-7 lacks, the IS-7 premium ammo is like 303 pen APCR, which like is kind of a shortcoming when it comes to tier 10 games, because there are so many things you just can't go through. This one though has 340mm heat, Now, I mainly stick to the APCR so far when playing it because they're just kind of more reliable, not getting eaten by tracks and such. The M48 Patton has resorted to firing HE. It's not very effective. I should have held that shot a little bit more, because I want to go through the front of his turret, like so. And the E4 actually slaps me with an AP. And then the Patton hits me with heat as I pull back here, because I realized that side scraping of that corner, not really safe with the E4. I'm hoping this guy will come out. Then I was trying to shoot through his tracks and into like where the lower belly kind of flattens out against me, but it didn't quite work out. And here I should also have just held my shot and just shot the front of his turret as he came out. I was also trying to track him in place for the E3, but it didn't seem to work. But then I realized that the E4 is probably not gonna come out and slap me if I like stick to the very right edge here, because then he will be slapped by the E3. So I'm gonna chance it. We are up on hit points as far as I can see, but some of our tanks are outside of my render range, so that's not really to be trusted. I do not have a shot on the 8015. Here we do have a shot on the VZ55. The E4 fired. I'm not sure if I noticed that while playing. Oh no, here's the thing. I noticed the VZ55 moving down here, so I was like hoping to intercept him as he came out, but he's still behind that wall. So it's time to go forwards again. When I get the second equipment set up for this in the field mods, that was a bad shot. I'm gonna have one setup that has a turbo. I don't want to move past these little archways on my left there, because then the VZ or E4 can shoot me through them. I'm like hoping I can go through the front of his turret. Doesn't quite work out. But then I realized that okay, I can actually pen his front plate easily. I should have just done that first. And this guy can't really do much to me. And my E3 actually gets taken out. I decide to go squeeze through here. Can just about make it. Take out the VZ, and then start working on the E4. And then a G-Sor pops out behind me. So I'm thinking, okay, I was just hoping that the E4 would miss me and that I could move forwards and not get shot in the butt by the G-Sor, but it didn't work out. But that's a pretty good win. So let's just see how this plays out. It won't last long. Standard B takes out the E4. Now notices the G-Sor, but he gets taken out. So that was a first class and a Top Gun and a high caliber and stuff like that. So that was my first win in this. Let's take a look at one more. Okay, so we are back in another game in the Object 260 on Westfield. Let's see what we can do here. Like many Russian heavies, this does not have amazing gun depression. So trying to work those ridge lines kind of risky. And as mentioned, I don't have the turbo on this yet. If I did, I would have probably tried to get into this dip here. It's very risky, but you can make it work. So I'm hoping I will be relatively RT safe up in this position, while also getting some shots into the side of these vehicles down here. And I'm not completely RT safe. And that FV 3805 British artillery, I'm wondering if he's using the small gun because he's gonna rain down upon me like constantly. So I'm just trying to work what little gun depression I have while yeah, and RT again. And I get slapped by the 263, but I slap him back, like through the, I was gonna say roof, but it's open top, so it doesn't even have a roof. So, let's see, what was I doing here? I was kind of, like, very annoyed at all the artillery. Kind of mistimed that shot and hit the gun mantlet instead of the turret cheek. So that kind of sucked. And missed the cupola on the E5. So far, not going that great. Then artillery takes out the 263. That's nice. He was one of the more dangerous tanks up there. It seems like we're winning. I just have a hard time hitting cupolas when they are moving sideways like that. And let's see, what more was I trying to do? It's been it was 2 days ago, I think, I played this game. But we are up by tanks and up by hit points, so it's going well, right? And the Conqueror was finally showing the side of its turret. That's at the moment here. That was pretty much what I was trying to do, just suppress the enemy tanks playing hold down there. E5 goes in. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. It takes out the Conqueror. But I can't really get a good shot on the IS-7. There we go. But the E5 gets surrounded and taken out. That was a little bit of a too aggressive move, I think. on his part. And do I have intuition on this crew? I'm using my 277 crew. I don't remember. If I had it, it would probably be a good idea to switch to heat for that IS-7 turret. But I get taken out. And now let's just skip forwards a bit. And it's very even. Like the score keeps going back and forth. And eventually these guys take out the E4. And it's just our E4 and an E50 versus a Jag Tiger. Let's speed it up. Let's see how they handle this. So that enemy Jag Tiger only has 367 hit points. So, well, obviously we got this, right? This game is in the bag. And it's gonna be my second or third win in the 260. And I just tell him that the Jag Tiger is on 367 hit points. E50 puts the shots into him, now he's on 126. Well, it should be easy. The E4 is coming in at full speed to take out the Jag Tiger, because he can take the hits like no problem. And the E50 is just trying to keep safe while still keeping the Jag Tiger lit for the E4. But he gets taken out. Now, what's the E4 gonna do? Let's just go at him. There we switch to the E4's perspective. Just take your time and aim and eat the hit. Okay, he hit you now. Oh, don't shoot the building. Just take your time and aim. You can't lose this. And the TVP is actually giving bad advice to flank. He should just sit in front of him and eat the one hit and give him a hit in return. Not like that. Like actually pen him. Like, why did he rush his shot there? I don't get it. He had all the time to aim. And now he's trying to do the flanking thing again, but it doesn't work. And no, somehow this game was not a win. But I told you I was going to give you a win, so we're going to get a win. Alright, so it's time for a win. And you can see I've already unlocked the field mod that gives me the option to pick a second set of consumables. So I'm gonna go with either the removed speed governor or I'm gonna go with the food. Let's see, I think I went with the food. Yes, I did. Because I'm gonna go to the dip, which is down here, and I think I'm gonna get there without taking much damage, like no matter which of the two I choose. So I picked the food because I would rather be a little bit more effective once I'm there. At least that was my rationale. So far we've got a pretty good win with the first class badge on Minsk, and a disappointing game on Westfield. I mainly just show you that because it was kind of funny with the E4 at the end. And can we go better than the game on Minsk? It's not a great map for the 260 because it's kind of hampered by that gun depression. So it's something I've got to get used to. I don't play Russian heavies that much. The IS-7 actually doesn't have the such terrible gun depression. It has 7 degrees, I think, which is decent for a Soviet tank. This is more like the Object 277. There, put one into the STB-1. I bounce some shots. I couldn't quite depress my gun far enough to hit the hull of the VZ-55. I'm just trying to work around here without exposing too much. While still being able to put out rounds. So far, just trying to dish out damage. That's yeah, simply put, that's the plan. So we've taken the dip. But because there's no artillery in this match, taking the dip is not like an auto win, and that char feature did not last long. Because the dip is actually more valuable with artillery than without. Because with artillery, if you are in the dip, which is a little like underpass that we are in here, and the artillery can't hit you. But the enemies on the other side, these guys here, they are open to your own artillery. So that's the main advantage of the dip. But that's not really in play as of now. So just winning the dip is not like an auto win the game thing. It doesn't mean it's like bad to win it though. Let's get in here and take a gun out of the game. And I've got HT-12 open because I used an order to skip that mission. Because blocking missions are frustrating. But it doesn't really matter because I've already got the Object 260. As you can see, I'm playing it now. It's not really something I'm paying attention to. Just thought I would mention it because the little things came up top of the screen. Now then, one nice thing about the food is that it gives me better view range. Maybe I could have spotted these guys without it, but maybe not. I don't know what kind of camo they have. But you can see I'm racking up the spotting assist. So, Grill is out, Leopard 1 is running. It's time to keep pushing because I still got plenty of hit points left. And now it's more or less just a race to the damage before my team takes them all out. Okay, stop and aim at the Foch B. Didn't get a kill, but I got some damage. That's nice too. So Leopard PDA was last spotted in this ditch here. But I think he was just running past it. So I'm gonna turn my turret in case, but no, he's not there. Our T-30 in the town was taken out, so there are still plenty of hit points to go up there. I'm gonna risk eating a shot by the Egg Tiger to get into a better position up here. I do take a shot. But I take him out. So that's a top gun. That's my second top gun in this tank. And I'm switching to heat, so yes, I do have intuition on my loader. I could probably have done that with APCR as well. But I want to save the APCR for the Leopard. So now I'm telling them not to cap. And the Panzer actually exits the cap. He's a nice guy. Because I'm on 7 kills and I kind of want that Radley Walters, which you get at 8. But the Leopard PTA is running. I don't know what he's running from. Well, obviously from us, but he's lost the game already. I don't think he can make it back in time to decap. Although I'm hoping that, because I don't want this to be a cap win. And the ML2 seems to not want to exit the cap. He wants his 100 cap points and the Invader medal. Which, okay. I think I wanted my Radley Walters medal more than you wanted that Invader medal, but okay, you got it. Fine. I'm not gonna be too salty about that, just a little bit. But still, that's I think, did I get a high caliber on this? Well, it will be on the screen in any case, because I'm putting up the post-game stats here. But that's actually an ace tanker, which was kind of surprising, because these reward tanks have incredibly high requirements to both ace and get marks of excellency on. Oh, I'm hoping will be able to get more ace tanker games in this. It's kind of fun to play, so I'm gonna keep playing it, and I need the field mods on it anyway. So goodbye and take care.